The website is launched. Cardboard Nerd is launched. We launched it. Let's go. Yoo! Hey all, welcome to our channel, Cardboard Nerd. I'm Kirk, and today's episode of Buy, List, and Sell, we are going to cover our website that we just launched, cardboardnerd.com. Check it out. Plus, we're going to talk about why I'm investing in Japanese to start. Lastly, we're going to talk about why I think if you have sealed product, you should sell it. Now's the time. So let's get into the episode. All right, so cardboardnerd.com. It's finally launched. We have a newsletter that you can sign up and get 5% off your first order. There's some shipping charges because, of course, shipping from California to the rest of the United States is pretty darn expensive these days. And then actually no tax right now. There's a whole Nexus thing. If you want to get into making your own website, it's just a lot to learn, a lot to cover. But for now, we got it up. It's all about getting traffic now to the site, which is pretty challenging. Social media is helping, direct traffic to the site, but sales are a lot slower than I expected, but that's okay. I think it'll come with time and with inventory, right? That's probably the hardest thing. So we're really excited. The site is live. We have inventory though, mostly Japanese. And go check it out. It's links in the bios and all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate everybody's support there. And now I mentioned Japanese and investing in Japanese. So the site right now has heavily Japanese. We have some Mega Dream, which is the Japanese version of Ascended Heroes. We also got Ninja Spinner, which Ninja Spinner is going to be the upcoming Greninja set from English. So I got those two to start. Also we got the, the prismatic version of Japanese, because I got a good deal from another website that hadn't priced those right yet. So I got those three up on the site because I know they're really exciting. Some of them are the high class sets, and then the Ninja Spinner is the newest set. So I thought that was a good one to start with over Nihil Zero, which is English perfect order. But why Japanese? If you've seen, the English market has just gone up. Some of our highest selling sets or fastest growing sets are 25% over the past month or two and keep rising. But what comes up with that is behind it the Japanese sets. So all the Japanese sets have been rising with it, and then even Korean sets are kind of next in line. So the whole market has moved because what happens is everyone's getting priced out of the English, right? So people, I think, are looking down to these other languages like Japanese, and they're finding value there, or they can actually afford a box, right? Plus, Japanese, I think, is like, you'll see a lot of streamers talk about it. It's just a better overall opening, right? There's guaranteed hits. Some say that, I think, in the Japanese market, like, they don't allow gambling. So there's guaranteed hits where a number of hits where in the English you're not necessarily guaranteed. So I think overall it's a funner experience. The quality of the cards are top notch. And then something I don't hear a lot of people talk about that I like about Japanese is that because of the characters that are used instead of English alphabet, oftentimes you see more of the artwork. So I've found myself, even personally, a card that I really like, trying to get it in English and in Japanese if I can. So I was excited to start exploring Japanese more because it is more easily available for me to get at a lower cost. Not anywhere close to MSRP, but a lower cost, so then I can offer it lower. It moves a little slower than the English market right now, so that means there's a lot more chance of having inventory on the website. And then I think, again, buyers that just don't want to fight people in the parking lots, don't want to get run over, all that stuff. If you watch Poke Streets, it's madness out there with English. So I was thinking, as a website, it's good to offer Japanese and then give people that option. Of course, I do want to offer English. We will get that in time, but for now, Japanese is where it's at. So if you're excited about Japanese, come check out the website. We do have some English up there, a lot of perfect order. You'll see other stuff get posted. Kind of working my way back through Scarlet and Violet. Come check us out. Hopefully we'll have stock in something you're looking for. Okay, and then I mentioned, why is it a good time to sell? To sell sealed specifically. The market, again, has just gone up and up for the past couple months. Sometimes certain sets 10-20% every 6 weeks or so. It's crazy. So I would say, take an inventory of everything you have, decide what maybe you don't want anymore, and select some of that as a first option to try dabbling in selling. If you haven't tried selling before, you have a bunch of options, right? You can do kind of from your most risky, fastest way to probably your least risky, more complicated way, I would say in this order. So obviously friends and family, and that's maybe not risk level, but you might be able to quickly make a sale. But then you have Facebook Marketplace, right? So Facebook Marketplace, I would say, can be kind of risky considering you have to figure out how to meet somebody in person. You know, people have been robbed, unfortunately, and you have to figure out how to deal with exchanging money, whether it's digital or not, and people can still scam you in those ways. So it's not foolproof, but you know, it is a quick way to meet people. You know, you can see some reviews, all that kind of thing, but I'd say Facebook Marketplace, just be safe out there, right? Always exchange in a public place, let people know where you're going, bring a buddy, all those kind of things we can talk about in a future video. But then you also have places like TCG Player and eBay. And those, you know, those sites are going to take a fee, usually around 15%. Plus you have to account for shipping. And then usually if you're making profit, you have to pay taxes typically. But, you know, there's ways to work with an accountant there to see if, you know, how much taxes you would end up having to pay throughout the year. And depending on your tax bracket, it could actually be zero tax. So don't be afraid of tax. Tax means you're making money. And then there's also sites that will do consignment, if you will. So depending on the price of what you're selling, you can have certain groups that are like on eBay that have bargain deals with, or they have a deal with eBay basically where they can sell your item and then they're going to pay a lot less in fees and then they pass that discount on to you. So if you were to stand up your own eBay account, you know, you probably have like a 0 rating and people are going to think you're shady. They might not actually want to buy from you, but they're going to buy from the person that has hundreds of thousands of sales. So through consignment, you can ask those people to put your things up on auction, and then depending on how much the value of the item is that you're selling, they will give you a higher premium or a higher return. So the way that kind of works is like if you're selling something over $1,000, they might actually give you like 98% of what somebody paid on eBay, and they're only going to take a 2% cut because they might be only paying eBay 0.5%, right? So they'll take a 1.5%, all that kind of thing. But if your item's like $100 that they're consigning for you, they might take 10%, where eBay would have taken 15% if you had done it yourself. So anyway, it's kind of a you help them, they help you kind of deal, because there's gonna be a lot more people attracted to the products that they're putting out for auction, etc. So I would say those are the ways to sell if you haven't started selling. And then, you know, again, take an inventory of what you have and look at maybe prioritizing. And if you've ever thought about selling, grab a few of those items and test it out, you know, see what, if you like selling, you know, learn the whole process, go to end to end from posting to, you know, eventually packaging to shipping. And it's fun. If you look at it from a fun perspective, I think you can get a lot out of selling, plus recoup some money that maybe you can use towards, you know, future sets or other cards that you're collecting. So the reason I bring it up again is because the market just keeps moving up and up, and now might be a good time to, you know, take a chance, if you've ever been excited about selling, to take a chance at trying it, plus to capture some big gains. And then you can use, again, that money to reinvest in the hobby elsewhere. And that's what I've been doing. So you'll see, not in this video, but in probably the next video, that I've been putting up some product for sale, some Japanese 151, some Hidden Fates ETBs. I am looking at possibly selling some Crown Zenith ETBs. Some of this product has just moved up so fast that I think it's now time to go, and then I can reinvest. For me, I'm going to take that money and reinvest it in the website, right? Getting more modern product that people are seeking after right now, like Ascended Heroes, etc. So I think it's just a good time in the market for everyone to capture some gains and maybe move some product around to people that are looking to collect those items, and then you can then rethink what you want to do with the money. So with that, in all our videos, the buy, what we list, and what we're selling videos, we're going to flip over now to just that, what we've bought, what we listed, and what we sold in the past week or two. All right, see you in the flip. So I've been pretty nervous because I felt like I got burned on the first bulk buy I ever did, or, you know, big purchase I did from a stranger. And it's been a couple years, honestly, since I bought off of someone else. But I got this huge group here for $150. So let me know what you think. These are, I think, from the holiday collection. This one's like really kind of curling. They're in their wrap. Some people hate this because it scratched up the cards, but I mean, these things are like all bent up because I think they were in that box. There's the cool Eevee though. So I got all this Articuno. And then these, I think, are from the prismatic evolution, like secret boxes, right? Never opened one of those. Actually, I've never even seen one in real life or touched one. But yeah, you can see. So that's a nice copy. I think those are a couple bucks. But yeah, here we go. So Destined Rivals. Oh, Crown Zenith. Another cool Articuno. Arcanine. So I got everything I'm showing you here for $150. Let me know, do you think I got burned? He thinks everything was near mint. Except for maybe this Blastoise trainer, but that's a cool looking card. Okay, threw in the nice case. Guy told me he bought 20 of the Charizard UPCs for $130 a piece. Oh, these are too big. Some of these are Chinese or Japanese, let's see. So these are all the cards I was really looking for. I should keep that Garchomp. Crown Zenith. Zubat, or Crobat. I just messed that up. Oh, I'm gonna list these immediately. Because anything 151 is going off. Actually, all these 151s are going up right after I record this. Dang, actually, okay. I'm happy to have all of that. I could probably wait a month though and sell it for maybe even another 20% higher, because that's how exciting 151 is. I think it's going out of print technically next month. Steelix. Oh, okay, here we go. So I think this is some of the Japanese cards. I mean, Japanese still just crush it. Oh man, look at that. I don't know, I think if you put Japanese next to English, the Japanese are just still pop. The quality is just so good. And Drampa EX. Looks good on camera. Okay. So keep bumping the camera. Sorry about that. But here's more. So again, $150 for all of this. Really excited. Okay, promo. Arcanine. Man, they use those like best fit sleeves. I don't like these. The cards barely fit in there. Are they getting married? Oh. Hard part buying stuff like this. You want to keep them all. Collect them all, keep them all. Alright, sorry if this is a long video, but there's just a lot of cards to get through. This big lot that I bought. Oh, the Antsy. I think this one looks cooler through the camera, but here we go, there's Shifu. Weird angle for a Glaceon. More Glaceon. Greninja EX. A lot of EXs. A lot of dollar cards. Rocket Zapdos. This card looks way cooler than I remember from 25th anniversary or the celebration set 5 years ago. I don't know, it just looks more three-dimensional. Or maybe it's just good quality. Okay, I think these are just some old base. It's cool, Ponyta. All right, and then a ton of these energies. The guy told me these probably won't even sell, who knows. But I will list them, and oh, look at that. There's a swirl right there. You see it? If you don't know, people love the swirls. So yeah, this huge spread. This huge spread, $150. Did it get burned? Let me know in the comments. All right, for what we're listing, I did open up a Mega Charizard box, and you can see this like super off-centered Oricario. The card's beautiful, but I just couldn't handle the off-center. You can see that it's like barely on the left. So I posted that on eBay. I thought I'd recoup some money, but otherwise, of course, 151 is off the hook. So you'll see all these hollows, reverse hollows.
gonna shuffle through those. I think once we get through all that. In the back here, we have some non-151. Beautiful Vaporeon. Say that 10 times fast. Okay, maybe more 151. All these posted on eBay. And then back to more hollows.
I might have forgot to mention that we set up a new mat. Hopefully this one doesn't have as big of a reflection as the EV one. But yeah, I posted these on TCG and eBay tonight. That Leafeon V from Crown Zenith. I actually needed this, but I'm gonna pass it on. The Gengar, I guess I'm trying for the hype, but I have a couple of these, so put those on TCG. And then we have some Cosmo Hollows. None of these I could see had any swirls in them. But oddly enough, the centering on these are so good, but I don't think these would 10. There's a couple, like, you can see a little, like, chip at the bottom there. Yeah, on all of them, actually. But yeah, these, the centering are some of the best I've seen, actually, from promo cards, and rarely see that in just your regular pack cards, but. All right, everyone, I got this really good order here for a total of $9.91. I love it when people buy multiples, a lot of hollows, reverse hollows. But yeah, this is a fun rip. Imagine getting a God pack like this. I think it'd be a fun pack to open for $9.91. Anyway, you'll see in other videos trying to figure out how do I get people to buy more than one card at a time. And today, my luck occurred. And then right after that, I got a single order for this one single card here for 98 cents, I believe. So I guess I'm back to selling one card at a time. But either way, hope the buyer likes it. It's a cool card. All right, these are all different orders, but I sold this Raichu from Holland Phantoms. I don't know the set. It is way before my time, 64 cents. The Gengar, if you have these, they're for 151. Sell them. It's going right now, I think, for 140 plus. And the Vibrava illustration rare, sold that for $2.54. And then Erica's Invitation, another 151. Anything 151 selling hot right now, $7.54. Very clean. That's just dust. All right, we made this very humble sale here. 3 Lily's Determinations for 39 cents a card, $1.17 in total from Mega Evolutions. These are very playable trainers. That's why I always sort through all the trainers first to try and get these out as fast as possible. All right, I sold all 4 of these Lonely Sandbar heavy played for 17 cents a piece. Hopefully someone's using that in a good deck. And then this Koraidon EX, which near mint, for $16.99. And then I got this huge order here, 9 cards from various sets. Got all of this for $34.22. There's a Raichu. Kindler. I hate this Kindler. Actually, I've opened up a lot of Brilliant Stars back in the day, and the Kindler was all over that. But yeah, you can see they also picked up some 151. So hopefully they enjoy this. I think it's a good grab. All right, again, keep selling 151. Look at that texture on there. Boom. The Kangaskhan EX for $6.01. It looked like these had a big buyout or spike, but then it calmed down. Now they're about $5 a piece. Anyway, uploading these all tonight. More 151. And then again, in the right light, you see the textures on them, which is kind of cool. It has like a swirl in the back. Yeah, but these all pop in color, or pop in real life. Anyway, that looks nice, doesn't it? Be posting these tonight. All right, sales have been a little low lately, but we luckily sold this Opal from Lost Origin for $1.49. It's actually a pretty cool textured card, but I don't think people are way into the grandma, so maybe somebody trying to complete a set. All right, I sold these 2 separate orders, a very humble Chansey light played, 69 cents. I thought the card looked pretty good, but there was a scuff or two, so I marked it down.
And then on this order, this Magneton, these are all 151 reverse hollows. And there was the Galvantula. It's basically a tarantula, of course. Anyway, sold both of these for, I think, $1.12. Anyway, these will be shipping out. All right, I sold this Arbok EX 151 for $8.99. Got this one of the big lots recently, and everything 151 continues to fly off the shelves. I thought it was very minty, but I sold it near mint, of course. Plain white envelope, eBay. So I was excited to make a couple of quick sales tonight. This one I put moderately played. You can see a chip or two there on the front. The back looks pretty clean. Sold this for $1.52. It's Overwhelming Stampede from Magic 2011. That's like 14 years ago, right? 15 years ago? It's crazy. And then this Ditto, I just marked it LP. That's my system for when something isn't near mint. A lot of my Pokemon are all near mint. Sold this Ditto from 151 reverse hollow for $1 or 99 cents to be exact. But yeah, it's a cool card too. Can you find the Ditto? All right, with that, thank you all for joining us here at Cardboard Nerd. Once again, I'm Kirk, and thank you so much for all of your support. If you want to continue supporting us, check out our socials. We're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube. Go check them out. We're doing a 365 pack a day challenge where we're opening up random packs over Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet every day for 365 days. It's a lot of fun. Still getting burned on a lot of pack openings, but it's still fun looking for some of those chases. And also our website, again, cardboardnerd.com, so check it out. And even better, if you tell a friend who's on the hunt for some Pokemon, send them to our website, tell them to sign up for our newsletter so they can stay in the news of when we drop new product. Hopefully there's always product coming and going. And with that, we will see you in the next episode of Buy, List, Sell. Thank you, peace out.